Things are changing and it ain't the way I like. On the replay, wish I could get a replay. Don't mean to hold ya, but I wanna do over. Gas up the ship, shoot me a text and let me know when it is time. I wanna get off, I wanna get off. One star, would not recommend that we go far from here. I wanna get off, I wanna get off.
A music podcast for the culture. Wild Thoughts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wild Thoughts. Merry New Year to everybody. This is the first broadcast of the year. We got a lot to talk about. We haven't been on in a long time. So first, just want to say what's up to all my comrades. How y'all doing? How's the year starting off for y'all and all that good stuff? You know, let's get into it. What's happening?
What's happening? It's like, what isn't happening?
I know that's like a trick question at this point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like you want to know what's messed up? It's like, we've said this before. Whenever we've discussed Trump, we said, all right, there's no way that he can top what he did yesterday or the week before. And this motherfucker just comes back like, surprise, gotcha.
Oh, he said, we're going to show you over and over again. Well, let's get into the first thing, the Venezuela. Now, this has been crazy to me because, you know, most times when there's a war, we know they lying, right? About why they going in there. Like a lot of times we know they going in there for regime change so they can get the things they want. But they lie and try to make some kind of altruistic reason, like, oh, we have to free the people, or, you know, this is one of the first times that they not even lying. They like, oh yeah, we gotta go in there and get that oil.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Trump was saying it, and then his other people be coming trying to clean it up behind, like, well, and he'll get right on the mic right behind, like, yeah, but we need that oil. I was like, he don't even give us a chance to be conspiracy theorists. Like, oh, they lying. It's about that oil. Like Trump was like, no, that's the bullshit we on. And it's funny watching the pundits try to like
justify it.
Like, no, he's going in there because, and you know, because remember at first they were saying it was fentanyl, right? If you look at all the charges that Maduro has, fentanyl is not one of them.
Nope.
Fentanyl is not anywhere. You know what I'm saying? On the charges joint.
Yeah. Well, it's all a masquerade, like you said, anyway. So they just want dude out of power for their own puppet to be placed in there. Did you hear this backstory about how Exxon was pushed out of a deal that they had with Venezuela, where they were in charge of removing a lot of the oil and taking the lion's share of the profits, and the country's economy was going bad, even though they had the largest oil deposits in the world. And then when Maduro took over, he changed the deal up, you know what I'm saying, and took the oil back from Exxon. So since Exxon put up $500 million or whatever the amount was, I've heard everything from 260 million to 500 million. But once they helped bankroll his campaign, then part of the payback is to reinstate Exxon as the lion's shareholder of the oil coming out of the country, in addition to just being a corrupt motherfucker and going into a country he had no business and no authority to go into. But that's the breakdown that I saw online today. Someone was, an analyst was breaking it down.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to start on that, because I know, like, yeah, it is oil, but I think it's not just Venezuela in which he's going to look to take the oil from. Like Guyana, a few years ago, they discovered oil off the coast. And so Chevron, Exxon have been, down there as far as negotiating things to get, quote unquote, their setup. I don't know where things stand, but I know that, there's been a lot of conflict between Venezuela and Guyana as far as the oil and who owns what. So I wouldn't be surprised if they expand their hostile takeover to be that entire northern coast of South America.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like this is just the beginning. Like he's talking about a bunch of other spots that he wants to try to go into because he was saying Greenland, he want to get some stuff from Greenland. They got some resources that he want. And like I
Yeah.
said, he's not even lying about it. He's straight up just like, this is what we need. This is what we want. It ain't even about, allyship or nothing. It's literally like we need to get the resource because he's talking about Colombia next.
Cuba,
Colombia, Mexico, and Greenland. And did I miss any of the places? Oh, Nigeria.
Cuba, and Mexico. You said Mexico, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba, Mexico, Colombia, Nigeria.
And
So
then
before he gets out of office, we'll probably have 5 wars started.
we will be in the war, because the thing about it was the leader in Cuba already made a statement like, "Come and get me." The other thing, which to be honest with you, scares me about this whole situation, is that if all those cartels decide, like, you know something, we have one enemy now, and they decide to quote unquote do a truce. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see what's about to spark off.
Well, the thing that's going to happen too, if he goes into all these places, because what he's really doing is he's a roundabout way trying to beef with China, right? Because all the people he's trying to go after are people that have started aligning themselves with China after he started off the terrorists and stuff, right? So he's trying to stop because China basically was like, look, we'll link up with all y'all and we'll do our own trade where we won't be in American airspace or nothing at all. And y'all don't even have to deal with them. Y'all come straight to us.
Is that the BIRC thing that I was hearing mentioned? Is that like this new coalition?
Yeah.
There's something called BIRC. Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, Brazil, Russia, India, China.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that the BIRC is also looking to trade. They all the oil in the marketplace is traded in U.S. Currency, right? But the BIRC is circumventing that, and I don't know what they're trading in, but it's not U.S. dollars. So that's another reason why Venezuela's oil is so important, is because if the U.S. holds the lion's share of the oil supply, then they could try to force the petrol to continue to be the currency that everything is traded in. If that changes, then the U.S. dollar is going to tank. So that's definitely Venezuela is definitely a power move in response to the BIRC.
And here's the other thing: if he does invade Greenland, he's gonna basically essentially break up NATO.
Yeah.
After we break up NATO, we will have no more allies after that. And then not only is trade going to turn upside down on his head, traveling to Europe is not going to be an option for Americans. Basically, it's going to be almost like the world against America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And all the terrorism targeting that comes with that, you know what I'm saying, as a standalone nation that doesn't have an alliance, to respond. Although, I mean, the United States has a gigantic military, but these soft targets and shit like that people can hit when they infiltrate the country, we just become a sitting duck.
Well, I'll say, as big as our military is, it don't matter if we fighting 4 or 5 wars at the same time.
Well, it does if those wars get escalated. I mean, if they escalate into some big shit. I mean, Greenland got what?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they get escalated, we gonna be the ones that are gonna be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
If we start all this beef, who gonna be here stateside? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's the thing. That's a major thing, and I don't see no big push for a lot of people enrolling in the army now that MAGA has the upper hand in the state. I'm sorry, the Senate and Congress and all this stuff, and they I guess at least think they have the upper hand in society. You think there'd be a bunch of motherfuckers signing up to go to war to support all this bullshit, but that shit's quiet as church mice and shit.
Yeah.
Except for ICE.
Yeah, it's a bad time for recruiting. It's a bad time for going to war, and it's a bad time for the way he's doing it. Like I've seen so many active soldiers in uniform on social media, which is a big no-no,
Yeah.
talking about the BS of like we shouldn't be in Venezuela. We shouldn't have taken, the president, and it's funny because it's hard to use the propaganda machine that we grew up on, which was just the news, right? We had the news, so whatever they fed us, that's what it was. With social media, we could see too much, so they can't just feed us. They're like, oh, he was a oppressive, da da da, like
Right.
everybody know the truth, and too much truth is out there for us to be like falling for the banana tailpipe anymore. So it's been interesting watching them trying to spin certain narratives. Again, like I said, even when the Trump administration tries to spin a narrative, Trump is getting up telling the exact truth. Like Trump is getting up, he just been like, yeah, this is what happened. That's what, like, you know what I mean? So it's been interesting seeing that. And even like in regards to, like, if you think about Israel, Palestine, Gaza, how in the beginning it always made it look like Palestine and Gaza were like the bad guys. And now as you get more information and you learn that it's not all Hamas, like they killing like regular Palestinians and they've been oppressive. They can't put oh, you're anti-Semitic if you say free Palestine. Because for so long, with the way propaganda was working, as soon as you said, hey, I want to free Palestine, they like would jump on like, oh, he's anti-Semitic, but that doesn't work anymore because of social media opening up the truth to so many things happening. So, and for example, just to kind of streamline into this, we saw today with the young lady who was killed in Minnesota by the ICE agent.
Right.
37-year-old mother, her husband died recently, so now her children are like orphans for real.
Right.
It's really sad. But we watched them spin a narrative immediately that she was trying to run a dude over. He was in self-defense. He was in fear for his life. But so many videos came out that combated that immediately. Like, no, she was trying to go around him, and dude just shot in the car, and he shot 3 times. That's not self-defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
when you can always just move out the way and be like, well, the bitch got away. You know what I'm saying? We'll catch you on the rebound. You got the license plate number, car make, and model, description. You know what I'm saying? You don't kill him right there when you can capture him. Otherwise, if she was even doing something, combating what the reason that they were there anyway. Was she an American or was she Somali or like what was anybody know what she was?
Oh, lily white woman.
Oh. Okay. Defend that, goddamn it.
So, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. I was like, so the ICE killing a white woman in the middle of Minnesota, is that going to change things for the way ICE is viewed? And that's going to change things in not only in media, but just like the perception of ICE with them killing an American white woman. What you know what I'm saying? What do you think the reactions are going to be to that?
I think. Oh, go here.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think old boy is she's the equivalent of old boy who had his neck nailed on. Damn, I can't say his name.
George Floyd.
Yeah, she's the George Floyd of the moment. Because it was I mean, I'm just saying in parallel to like there's plenty of video evidence and all.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between a black man getting killed and a white woman getting killed.
I'm just saying, as far as triggering, some kind of pushback or some kind of outcry from non-MAGA and MAGA people. That she just got smoked.
Was there anyone else in the car with her, or was it just her?
No, it was just her.
And
but they tried to come out. I'm talking about they came out immediately doing a press conference saying she was a domestic terrorist, all that shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I knew that shit was coming. So, but with the dynamic of what you mentioned, where the father, her husband recently died, now she's gone. The kids, that whole waterfall. I mean, trickle down of impact of all these circumstances at once. That's some shit. I'd be surprised if nobody pushes back on it.
And she was actually a part of the city council.
Oh wow! Oh, somebody asked this, and I forgot because I was going to talk about this too when we were talking about Trump going to Venezuela. They said that the Venezuela takeover emboldened China to do the same to Taiwan. Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
And
if they do that to Taiwan and take over Taiwan, you talk about trade going crazy, V-Ray. You talk about American trade and all that stuff getting completely thrown out of whack.
yeah, yeah, bro. It's just it's a free for all now. It's like the Wild West all over again. It seems like, or it's
It
about to
really
be.
is. Yeah.
Because Putin already with the shit that he was doing, you know, kind of set the framework up, and now the United States, although they're trying to make peace and like be involved in that whole negotiation, and you go and do the same thing that you know that you're trying to address is hypocritical, and now you have no voice to say anything about anybody else doing the same thing, and you're publicly talking about taking Greenland and all this other shit. So
Terrell Gardner said, when did we start becoming the global police? Exactly, Terrell. And that's the problem. And not only is he becoming the global police, he's circumventing Congress to do it. He's like unilaterally doing all this stuff. So it's literally like on some dictatorship fascist shit where he's just like, we want to get them oil barrels. We going in to get them.
yeah, but I think that's all because Congress has agreed in the Senate to let him do what the fuck he wants to do, but they keep clean hands by not putting the shit through the House and Senate and having a public visible vote that they agree with the policies. They're like, it's all executive order. What can we do about the shit? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But even when they brought Maduro to U.S. and they had that court date, and they couldn't validate what they were doing and why they were bringing him into the courts. They started spinning a whole bunch of excuses, and the judge was like, "That doesn't compute." So, and even like some of the stuff in which the Senate and the Congress were saying, like they're supposed to have permission to like move forward with X, Y, and Z. They're learning this stuff on the fly, like all of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there was no plan. It don't seem like there was no plan behind the moves that were made, and that's where Congress and some forethought comes into play when shit like this is done. Like, where do we land when this whole thing has been executed? What's our next move and what's our points and all that? They didn't have none of that shit.
Well, the problem too is like what he's gonna do is he's gonna destabilize all these different places. And once you destabilize, what also happens is you have to send troops in to stay there. I think we still got troops in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? After destabilization there, so this is gonna cause like there's so many layers of problems that these next few steps are gonna cause, especially if he decides to go at Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, and Greenland all at the same time.
He's going to, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of impactful international pushback on the shit. You know what I'm saying? People are kind of saying their shit from their armchair in these other countries and shit like that, but nobody's standing up, like really going hard against the shit. I think NATO did like a unified statement or some shit, but it ain't the same.
So, what do y'all think about Nicki Minaj's heel turn?
Man, fuck.
Everybody can see that shit coming. That's a whole transactional thing. You know what I mean? So just what everybody's saying, that her husband and her brother are in, have these statuses and shit like that could be exonerated, because that's one of Trump's coins that he trades in, is pardons and shit. So
you think she's doing this for the pardon?
I think so. I mean, what else does she get? And it's a shitload of money. Don't get me wrong. They paid her for sure, but I think
it's one of those things. If you see a lot of artists who go MAGA, they're not hot musically. Right.
That too.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's that, as Artemis Gordon says, "Hace frío." He's like, every time you see them get cold, there's a stunt. There's some kind of stunt.
Yeah.
Because when Kanye did it, his music wasn't really popping like that. Lil Wayne did it, music wasn't really popping like that. Nicki Minaj, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know people was doing it for pardons as well. 'Cause I forgot who Lil Wayne was trying to get pardoned, but yeah, there's like, you know, people trying to get pardoned, so they go to MAGA route. But like, do you think like what does Nicki's career look like after this? After MAGA is over?
I think that's what I'm saying. For the shitload of money, I think she sold her future. You know, she probably got that money, that afterlife money, and just like, you know what I'm saying, once I sell my soul, there's no going back. You know, the bitch might start acting or like get a runaway dog, you know, rescue joint or some shit like that. But the music shit is over. Look how many people abandoned her on social media and shit, and got
Yes.
the
That petition.
the petition for her to get it exported and shit. So it's clear that was a death move. Drake might as well do that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not American, but you know what I'm saying? Speaking of niggas whose shit is close to over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fucked up. I couldn't believe that shit, man. When somebody said that before I saw it for myself, I thought, you know, somebody was capping and there was some fucked up AI shit that was out, and this bitch is actually on stage talking about this nigga handsome and all this shit.
It was, hey, bro, it was so weird to watch. And
Yeah.
called JD Vance an assassin in front of Charlie Kirk's wife.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, and the conspiracy theory niggas went crazy on that shit. Like, she got an earpiece in and somebody told her that she fucked up, and like, look at her expression and shit. And like, she actually said assassin in front of a person whose husband was recently assassinated. So that speaks for itself. But niggas went wild when that shit happened.
Yeah, it's like, it feel like we're in this very weird place, this very weird upside down.
For real.
All the wars, the celebrities, and the weird celebrity stuff that's going on, like Rob Reiner and his wife being killed by their son.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just felt like we're in a very odd place.
Hey, I'm gonna go out for a second, man, and come in on my phone camera because this camera's just fucking terrible.
Okay.
We're beyond in an odd place. It's like, even after that whole situation, the comments with Trump made, I'm like, for real, dude? Like, have a little empathy.
Yeah, man. It's like I said. I mean, shit. Even weirder, you know, Trae Young just got traded to the Wizards.
They need to send LeBron over there too.
You talk about weird. Like Trae Young going to the Wizards. Why? I feel like the Wizards has become like a wasteland of talent.
Yeah.
Like they just get a bunch of talented dudes to come, maybe losing, and they just like trading them for 50 cents in a microwave.
Well, his career's washed.
I mean, think about it. We got Rui Hachimura from there for a second round pick. Like, I don't know, man. Everything is weird, dog. 2026 is starting off very weird. Stranger Things ended after 10 years.
Oh my God. Were you satisfied with that ending?
So
no, don't filter it. Don't filter it. Don't.
You said don't what?
Don't filter it.
Oh no, I'm not filtering it. I'm like 50-50. So I'm satisfied with parts of it, and there's parts of it that I thought they could have done better. Like, I was satisfied with the ending I got with the characters overall, right? I was satisfied with how they ended, like, let us see where the characters were going. I wasn't satisfied. I think the fight scene could have been a little longer. That's my biggest gripe with the entire finale, is I think the fight was a little too easy. And it took longer for Will to come out than it did for them to kill Vecna. Like, Will's coming out scene was longer than the big fight. That's my biggest issue with the whole thing. And also, that whole Will coming out, I was waiting for somebody, I was waiting for the one and them to be like, yeah, we know. Let's go fight.
like Kevin Campbell coming out and shit.
Yeah. Like how everybody got that one cousin who be like, I'm gay, y'all. And they're like, yeah.
But you know something, like the first part when Will came out with like the powers and whatnot, I was hyped.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. They're turning him from a bitch into a hero. I was like, all right, yeah, hair done and everything. I was like, Will looking cool. Part 2, I was like, wait, what?
Like I said, I think that's why I said I think my biggest gripe is the fight could have been bigger and badder. I think Will's powers could have been used a different way to make him more of a badass. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think if the fight would have, because they built Vecna and the Mind Flayer up to be like this big thing in our minds throughout all
Yeah.
these seasons. So you think when they finally gonna kill him, you know, it's gonna take a little more than some aerosol bottles and water balloons, and you know what I'm saying, to kill him. So that's my biggest gripe. But overall, like I said, the story that they had with it, like how they figured out how to kill him, the story of when they went after him, the story, you know, like the story of when they figured out the upside down was man-made. Like I think all of that was really dope, really well done. And even the aftermath, like the aftermath of after killing, I thought that, you know, the graduation was really dope. Dustin going off, you know, like that was funny. Seeing the adults on the roof, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all those things I thought were done really well.
Right.
I just think the fight scene left a little bit to be desired, but overall, the way they wrapped it up, I like the way they wrapped it up.
Let me tell you what had me rolling on the floor laughing where I lost it. When this motherfucker Vecna, who was built up to be this super bad motherfucker, is sitting there gargling on his blood, and Winona Ryder swinging an axe trying to cut his head. I was like, what the fuck? That's when I was on the floor rolled. Like, really? I waited 10 years for this? Beetlejuice's girlfriend.
Well, even that, like, I think they didn't do a good job because, you know, the original Harry, you know, Vecna and her were connected. They went to high school together, you know, and she cast him in her play, and he didn't get a chance to do the play because that's when the what they call it, the upside down took him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't
expand on that.
They didn't expand on that because that would have made people understand more why, you know, I feel like I don't even know if she knew that was Henry. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that it was played out and written, I'm like, I don't know if they even showed us. They should have showed her connecting the dots. Like, oh, that's da 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 da. You know, Mr. What's it, Henry from, you know. Then that scene with her going after him, I know that was supposed to be like her revenge for Will and all the stuff they put it through. But I also think as writers, they would have connected those dots that's the dude she knew since high school. I think that would have made it a little more impactful.
Yeah,
I think that was disappointing, man. I haven't seen the finale episode that came out.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time.
Well, I was disappointed because I thought the creature would be much bigger. Like this motherfucker was about the same height, damn near, or just slightly taller than the other people. So he looked like just a pissed off houseplant to me. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like, I thought he would be towering, at least the size of a building, and there would be a different level of conflict or, you know, to overcome in destroying it. But it was like this motherfucker, like he could play like some basketball and shit.
Man, they had an anorexic girl turn into Rambo.
Come on, Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy been hard though, dog. No, because I'm actually rewatching it with Emery. I've been rewatching. She wanted to start from the beginning because, you know, she hadn't got a chance to watch it. She was born to get it started. So Nancy kind of been a badass the whole time, dog. You can't disrespect Nancy like that. Like I just rewatched the episode where she was trying to kill the first Demogorgon that came, and she had the shotgun and the shotgun in the back with the nail. So I don't know. You can't disrespect Nancy like that. Nancy been hard, dog.
I just realized we sound like the dude version of fucking As the World Turns discussion.
Terrell said, "Did y'all watch Welcome to Derry?" Hey, I did, and that did not disappoint.
Yo,
that was fire. Like,
oh yeah, Welcome to Derry was
dope. I think Pennywise has finally taken the place of Freddy Krueger as the scariest and funniest nigga ever.
Yeah.
That nigga Pennywise had me rolling in this series. Like I feel like they really let him loose in this series.
Yo, that shit fucked me up that barn scene, and when that little kid put that girl in the
Oh
fridge,
yeah, man.
yo,
Oh
and he's
yeah,
telling,
yeah.
this is what knights do. I was like, your little 8-year-old ass is really putting
Hey,
your.
You
the
cried,
writing on
Rob. Go
that
ahead and
was
say
No, I cried like a little bitch. And
it.
then when he came,
Glory tear and shit.
and then when his spirit came back, like, "Hey guys," running and then giving the Pennywise the finger or whatnot, I
Yeah,
felt him. I was like, yo, yo. The
first
writing
of
on,
all, them kids were
yeah,
acting their ass off. All them
yeah.
kids,
yeah,
they casting was incredible. But
Yeah.
what I loved is how they tied it into the It movies. And
Hmm.
now, spoiler alert for anybody who's watching who ain't seen it yet, but the finale been out for a long time. It was brilliant the way they showed that time is linear to,
Hmm.
time isn't linear to Pennywise. So like all of these things are happening to him at the same time.
yeah.
So he's trying to kill them to stop, 2016 from happening. So the next season is going to be 27 years before that.
Hmm.
They're gonna
Oh,
keep going like 27. They're gonna keep going 27 years before, 27 years before.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah. So you get to keep seeing like the evolution of Pennywise. I thought it was, hey, it was very well written.
yeah. The writing was clever. I have
Yeah,
to
the
give
writing
it.
was clever. Those kids were good, kept it engaged. And I was not disappointed in the finale, man. I'm like, that's how
No,
you do
that was dope.
a
Now
damn
I thought it
finale.
started slow, but I think that was part of it.
Yeah,
The misdirection.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like
it
it,
was
like
dope.
the first two episodes, I feel like was more setup for everything that was to come. Like you had to like, you know,
Yeah, I
but
actually stopped watching it after the second episode, and up until about the fourth, and Sharon told me that it was actually getting good. So I was like, yeah, let me just see what this shit is about. After that, I was hooked, man. I was like, they did the thing.
yeah, man. Like no, Welcome to Derry was really good. Me, I know I'm on the late break, but I finally started watching Walking Dead.
Damn.
wait, what
And there's
season are
this
you
movie
on
called
now?
Superfly you might want to check out too,
I'm
man.
on season 9.
Walking Dead. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on
I
Wait,
season
how,
thought
9.
that was good too. I thought it would be stupid. A recurring zombie theme, but nah, it was dope.
Well, I was gonna say what I liked about watching Walking Dead and getting to watch it back to back to back to back. I was like, the writing was brilliant because they were doing a good job of making it like, oh, this season is gonna be man versus zombie. This season gonna be
mm,
man versus man. This season gonna be man versus zombie versus man. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
they kept
Yeah.
finding fresh ways and fresh takes and even moving them around where it's like they're not in the same setting. They're gonna be at the hilltop this season. We're gonna be more at Alexandria this season. Like I was like, they were very intentional about like keeping the formula fresh so it wouldn't feel formulaic.
Right. Yeah.
let me ask you this
That was
question.
a good one. I'm waiting
How,
for this not This Is Us. What's the is that what it is? The one, the HBO one about the zombies.
oh, I
What's
know
the
what
name?
you're talking
The
about. I
Last
know
of Us.
The
Last of
Last
Us.
of Us. Yeah, Last of Us.
We're like two
Yeah,
That
years
that
behind
last
that.
season was good. The last
yeah,
season was really good. I just
yeah.
heard they recast the dude who plays, was it he like Joe's brother?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because he's doing all the Marvel stuff. So they had to
Oh,
recast.
I didn't know he was doing that. Wait, jumping back into Walking Dead. Yo, what was your reaction when you first met Negan and then what he did?
Let me tell you something. I think Negan had one of the best villain intros in TV history.
Mm.
One of the best. I'm like, this is how you introduce a villain right here. Because when you talk about making people have a visceral reaction, and even better, even more, Mars, I was like, I don't know how in the hell they're gonna get this dude a redemption arc.
And they
And
did.
the writing is so good, they figured out how to do it. Because I'm like, ain't no way you're not gonna hate this dude forever for what he did to Glenn. There's no way, because Glenn was such a fan favorite. And they wrote, the writing was so dope on there, how they like, and I'm still not all the way. I'm in like the middle of his arc. You know what I mean? Like I'm like in the middle of like I said, season 9 is like in the middle of, but I'm even watching how they're doing it in season 9 with him and Judith and all that. I'm like, oh, this is some good ass writing, because ain't no way you would have told me I would have started liking this dude, because he was like the villain you love to hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's one of them good villains that you like. You want to see him die because he's a villain, but you also don't want to see him off the show.
Right.
Which is why I think they gave him a redemptive arc, because they're like, we can't, like, he was a fan favorite, I'm sure, and like we can't get him off the show, because the dude Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man, he was so good.
Yeah.
And Negan was hilarious. That was the other thing. He was hilarious. Like, as brutal as he was, but he said something in one of the episodes that made me think. He was like, y'all act like I'm so, he's like, Carl, he said, not Carl, he's like, Rick did some shit as brutal as me. He like Rick, and I was like, you know what? He right. Like, Rick bit a nigga neck off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because we see him as a protagonist, but he was like, I ain't the only one who did brutal. He said, maybe mine is more upfront. He said, but Rick ain't no joke. Like, y'all acting like Rick's some kind of angel. I'm like, you know what? He right.
I'm not sure which season, but wait till you see his.
So yeah, I'm happy that I finally started watching. My brother's been telling me to watch.
Yeah, wait till you see his origin story.
What you say, Mark?
Wait till you see his origin story.
Oh, okay.
His backstory. Yo, that shit's gonna fuck with you. You're gonna be able to relate to Negan even more. It was like, oh, he wasn't so bad when he killed Glenn. I understand why he did what he did.
Yeah.
Murderer empathy.
Yeah, no, it's good. What'd you say, V?
I said that's murderer empathy. What Rob was talking about.
Is that me breaking up?
You were freezing in and
I
out,
switched
but
to
you're
my
good
phone,
now.
so it may be fucked up a little bit.
Right.
No, Dame, you're freezing a little bit. Be ready.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you, but yeah, now you're moving.
Yeah, it was a little, what would you say? A little stagnant there. Internet got a little stagnant there for a minute. So I don't know if y'all heard, but there has been like a specific campaign, against Ryan Coogler and Sinners, by the dude who owns Variety magazine. He also owns Variety. He owns Billboard. He owns like almost all the magazines that are supposed to be influential in regards to award season. And he been kind of shitting on Sinners and all of those, trying to stop it for your consideration. Now, as I dug deeper, I found out that one of the reasons all the corporate people, you would say, are hating on him, because Ryan Coogler basically got a sweetheart deal where after a certain amount of years, he's gonna own Sinners.
Yeah.
Like the right revert to him. He gets back end money, which a lot of directors don't get. He get like that back end profit. He get points on it. So he has a deal that they like, we can't let other directors in Hollywood start to get this deal that he has. So I think that's one of the reasons that there's been such a suppression on him in award season. But what are y'all thoughts, and what awards do you think Simmons should be nominated for?
Best director for sure.
Yeah, choreography as well. Story.
Best. I think best actor.
Best
for old boy.
Yep.
He did. I mean, doing those dual roles and shit like that. Even the way they shot that, and having to act with two different levels of intensity, two different sets of characteristics in scenes where you're talking to the other person that ain't really there, and they got to put the shit together later.
I definitely think. I think Delroy Lindo should be nominated for supporting.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah. It was some
Delroy,
great performances. The cinematography was great. The soundtrack, the sound itself, but the cinematography for sure.
Now, you want to know something that's going to blow your mind?
What?
Dame?
You said what?
You want to hear? You want to know something that's going to blow your mind?
What?
When Ryan Coogler wrote Sinners, it was the original story for Blade.
I know. I heard that. I heard that.
What?
Yeah, Sinners was actually Blade. and Marvel passed on it.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody
I
probably
think
got
somebody
some
today. I
stuff to
think
say.
I think people be on Twitter just trying to have hot takes because somebody was trying to say that Michael B. Jordan wasn't good in Sinners.
Oh, jeez.
That's clickbait. That's a clickbait
Yeah.
statement for real. Either that or they
I was
didn't
like,
see Sinners.
I said, this is rage bait.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
No, Sinners was excellent. Oh, and what was it? Another thing? The screenplay I think could stand a nomination as well.
yeah,
But I saw some recap about Ryan Coogler where they were saying it was crazy that the movies would get nominated, or not just Sinners, but different movies he's done would get nominated for um, outstanding this or that, but not he was never nominated as director. None of them have ever gotten best director nominations or wins.
yeah,
So that's crazy that you think best film of the year, but the director that made it is like, nah, not him though.
Mhm.
yeah. Like, I think Black Panther got nominated like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Black Panther got nominated like movie of the year and something else, and he didn't get nominated director. They like, how would you? I think that happened to Ben Affleck too with Argo. He
Yeah.
got directed best picture and all these other, and he didn't get directed. He didn't get for best actor, best director, like the stuff that usually comes with the best picture.
Right.
He didn't get
Right.
none of that.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just weird how award season goes sometimes. Now,
Yeah.
let's get into this Dochi versus Aiden Ross. Now, Mars, you're gonna have to bring us up to speed because I'm not all the way
Okay.
up on it. So explain to us what's going on with Aiden
Okay.
Ross and
So
Dochi.
basically, last week Dochi dropped a new single, and it's called "Girl Get Up," and that song is fire. But in some of the verses, like she's kind of responding to a lot of the things in which critics have said. Sometime last year, Aiden Ross has been disrespecting her out of her name, out of her gender. And, those, the party around him have kind of been, kind of egging him on and whatnot. So when the song dropped, I don't even know if it's like a couple of hours later, but over the course of like 48 hours, there's been a lot of negative, vulgar response to her, calling her out her name, and just really uncalled for, like racist shit, racist, um, just a lot of uncalled for shit. So he basically sparked something up in which he started to gain some traction, so the attention, what we would call the right attention and the wrong attention, to the point where Glasses Malone got involved, in which he was like, kind of like warning him to stop the shit in which he was doing. Jason Martin got involved. A lot of the key West Coast um, presence got involved, telling him to stop what it was that he was doing, but he kept egging it on. Finally, to the point where Top got involved. Um, Unfortunately, during that situation, when Aiden was going off, he was reaching out to "quote unquote" Whack 100 to kind of keep the peace and stop people from coming at him. So that's where we are right now, where everyone is like kind of going at Aiden, and he's now in the place where suddenly he's making contribution to black businesses as a sign of like calming the temperature. But he's already insulted so many people, and it's like, as you read up and look at some of the footage of the things he's been saying, he's gonna get touched. He's gonna get touched.
Uh,
But it's
he a
starting.
MAGA too, and he a MAGA guy too, right?
Yeah, but it's now starting to really spark this conversation of these "quote unquote" influencers that are having access to hip hop culture, black culture. And one of the things in which he is quick to point out is that, his Jewish heritage. So anything in which, there's any type of retaliation, there is some form of anti-Semitic approach or retaliation to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna make himself the victim.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, like then when you see the footage of him, what he was just saying, like calling her the B word, saying she's ugly, this has no talent. It was just like, even watching like the 5-second clip, like it's just disturbing. It's beyond disturbing.
This is way out of bounds, huh?
It's beyond out of bounds.
Wow. See, I heard of it, but I didn't know what the details were about it.
Dude, it's bad. It's really bad.
And it's funny that
Oh, real
well, I wouldn't
quick.
say funny, but people specifically are just trying to like insult somebody just to insult them and not really trying to make a critical comment about the person, like saying that she has no talent is like obviously not, not true. So your objective must have just been to like tear her down in general, because the things that you choose to attack them on, like motherfuckers that say, man, Beyonce can't sing, man, that bitch is terrible. Well, I don't know if it's that she can't sing, you don't like her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing that you choose to attack undermine your attack itself. So
Yeah.
that's weird that people do it that way.
Yeah. I wanted to give a shout out to everybody who in the comments who had the chance to come out to the LaFace tribute show. Thank y'all for coming out. Shannon came all the way from Oakland. He had a great time. So I want to say thanks
cool.
to Shannon. Yeah, Shannon, she helped get a bunch of old classmates out from high school. They were there. It was a really good night. It was a really good time. People want us to do, they want to do it twice a year now instead of once a year. So we're going to take that into consideration. Maybe do a summer one and a winter one. Something like that. Like people really enjoyed it. And now that, shout out to Quincy, who's taken over a lot of our social media, we've been getting a lot of the clips up from all the other shows, and we've been getting great responses on that. And people have been like, I didn't even know y'all did that one. I missed that one. I need to do this one again. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody who came out for the Labor Nights. Now we got to give a shout out to Mars, because he didn't turn into a pumpkin tonight. He stayed on the rocket. Look, he still got energy. You know what I'm saying? He stayed on with the Rockets. New year, new Rob. Talking 2026 Rob.
2.0.
Me today, like we going on. We on today. I was like, oh, look at Rob already. Oh, energetic.
Man, it's just too
Rob
much stuff going on.
To talk about Pootie Tang.
Sarate.
Call me down on the penny style. So I want to thank everybody for rocking with us, man. It was a great show. Sorry it got a little depressing because there's so much depressing shit going on, man. I really be trying to keep things upbeat, but everything ain't upbeat, man. Everything ain't upbeat all the time. So
yeah, that's true. Hey, one point that I'd like to make that I mentioned earlier before we cut off for people that do early voting is that there was a policy change with the post office where now the postmark rule is such that if you send something that's supposed to be postmarked by a certain time, now the post office says the postmark may be 3 to 4 days after something was mailed. So it really sounds like something that's going to undermine early voting. But anything like your tax returns, anything where you're trying to beat the deadline and get it in by midnight, how it used to be that you could get your shit in and it would be postmarked by that date, that's no longer a thing. So taxes and early voters are going to be directly impacted with the midterms coming up. So just be advised, if you plan to vote, mail-in vote, don't wait till last minute to mail your shit in.
Yeah, so make sure y'all stay aware, man. B-Ray, can you stay on after we go off on the ask you a couple things?
Okay.
All right. We want to thank everybody. We got Rex in the house. Hold on. What you going to say, Rex?
We need to bring this.
Okay, Rex said for 2026, we need to bring the Super Duper group back. Well, you got to start coming up with it, nigga.
Yeah, it gets you back on the camera. This motherfucker in the background giving suggestions and shit.
I can get some stuff together.
Boot up, da 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 da, baby boot up, beat up, do that, da da, baby boot up. All right. We want to thank everybody again. We'll see y'all not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. I don't know. We might do next Wednesday. I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all posted. We'll see y'all in a little bit, man. This has been Wild Thoughts. Wild Bunch got some stuff coming soon. Make sure y'all go get the single shout. Let everybody know the single shout is out. We about to start pushing that again because we don't think y'all got the message the first time. All right. Until then, we out.
All right, guys.
You shouldn't have to sell your soul in black and white. They really, really ought to know those one-track minds that took you for a working boy. Kiss them goodbye. You shouldn't have to jump for joy. You shouldn't have to jump for joy. Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. They gave you life, and in return you gave hell, as cold as ice. I hope we live to tell the tale. I hope we live to tell the tale. Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on.
Thank you.